Hi guys, this is Sharon from Rebelzone Graphics. I'm going live to show how I do an ombre from fine to chunky at the bottom using Mod Podge. These are the colors I'm using. This is just a dump one I had. It's a bunch of mixed. And it's just a purple chunky. And this is a fine. This is from What the Glitter, and it's Nurple. And those are the ones I'm going to use. So if you want to learn how to do this, just pay attention. And if you have any questions, you can ask. I got my screen pointing down, so I can't see a lot of your questions, but I have my computer on, and I'll be looking over there to see if there's any questions. So if you want to hang out, come on and hang out. Can't see a lot of your questions. Hey, Jojo. I got Ashley here too. I wish she'd come on over and type for me. But anyways, I'm going to start. But those are the two colors. They're purples. I'm not sure if you could see them. They're really pretty. And this is for my niece's cup for Kate. So we're going to start with the Mod Podge. And I got a Mod Podge brush. Don't mind, I got paint all over my hands. And what I did is I sanded this 30 ounce. And I primed it with black paint. And all I'm going to do is brush the Mod Podge on it and coat it. I have my spinner off right now because I'm doing this manually. And you want to go pretty heavy with the Mod Podge so that the glitter can stick. Ashley's got the TV going. I have no idea what she's watching. It sounds pretty interesting. Okay. I'm just going to put a little more on. I'm trying not to leave real thick gaps of Mod Podge on here, but have just enough. Okay, that's pretty covered. Just gonna hit the bottom real quick. And I went with a dark color primer so that it kind of camouflages the glitter if it doesn't coat very well. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. It's tacky. I just want to get my streaks pretty even. Bottom. Okay. Now is the fun part. Alright. I'm going to start with the fine glitter, the Nurple from What the Glitter. Let me turn on my turner real quick. Let me see here. Makes it so much easier. And we're going to get around the top first. Let me turn this light. Might get shaky because I'm turning on the light here. I don't know if that helps any. What I do is I go the whole length of the cup, even though I'm doing the chunky at the bottom. I do the super fine all the way, because when I put the chunky over it, the spots that it misses, the chunky will, the fine will fill it in. Looks good. I love this purple. Okay. That looks good. Let me just put this back in here. Okay, what I do is I push it all that purple to a mound, and I'm gonna pull my tumbler out. I'm just gonna set it in for the bottom. That is the easiest way I know to cover the bottom. I'm gonna look and see if there's any questions. And I'm going to give that purple a second to dry, a few minutes to dry, and then I'm going to hit it with the chunky. This is such a gorgeous purple. I don't know if you guys can see that. And see, just setting it there, it coats it pretty good. And all I do is I give it a tap, and any loose glitter falls off. And you can see it's pretty well coated. I don't think I got it in the camera. Here we go. And I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to let it dry for a minute here. And let her keep turning. And I'm just going to put the glitter back in to the bottom. Had the glitter pretty packed into these jars. It's almost still full. Let me put that back under. Cover on this. Do you guys like that color? You can see it? Oh, I'm happy. I have my camera, my phone, pointed right down directly on top of it. That's why you can't see me. Now, as soon as this dries a little bit, I'm going to go over the bottom half to do the chunky, to put this on. I call this dump because there's a little bit of fine in here and a little bit of chunky. I think it was, I used Goddess from All Covered in Glitter. But I also have fine mix with it, so I just put a dump mix. Thank you, Jojo. You're my biggest fan. I love you. I'm just going to give a couple minutes. Sometimes what I do, I spray it with a clear coat with the Rust-Oleum 2X. With this, and it'll lock that glitter into place. But I still got to let the Mod Podge dry, so I'm just going to wait a minute. While that's drying, we can talk. Hello, Brooke and Marilyn, Ashley, Joanne. Is anybody working on cups today? Let me see if I can lift this up. Whoop. That's what I was afraid of. Is anybody working on cups today? I feel like everybody just took a tumble with me. My light is fading out, I think because I got the ceiling fan up there. I'm going to put you guys back on the cup. Hold on. Don't get dizzy. Can't believe I dropped my phone. Let's see how it's doing. Okay, it's setting up pretty good. So it's almost ready and I could put the next coat on. I have it sitting right under the ceiling fan, so it kind of dries faster. I feel like my phone's about to fall again. I hope not. Let's see if I could turn this. I don't know if that helped or made it worse. Trying to get it in frame. All right, so I think it's good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the next coat on. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly put some Mod Podge around this. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to go about halfway up the cup. You don't have to get too picky. You want to kind of keep it, the line about the same. The Mod Podge will dry clear, so you won't even notice. I'm not going all the way up to that Mod Podge line, but I'm going pretty close. And I try not to put the chunky on the bottom, because when I go to resin it, it's hard to get all that chunky to lay down flat. Let me shut off the ceiling fan. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the chunky on. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit more Mod Podge. So I really want it to stick. And you will see all that glitter after, because that Mod Podge does, it does dry clear. Okay. Now while it's wet, I'm going to go ahead and put the chunky on. Let me change this paper. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the chunky on. And I'm just going to dump it. And it's going to fall wherever it falls. And it's okay if it doesn't, if there's spots I miss where the Mod Podge is that you can see. Because as soon as all that Mod Podge is dry, you're going to see the glitter underneath it, the purple, fine. So you're not even going to notice. And then all I do is these pieces that are sticking up of the chunky, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to pat them down. I love these purples. And if you flatten them down, it'll be easier to put the epoxy on it. And I use Pro Marine. That's always worked for me, so I pretty much just stick with it. And now, once this is fully dry, I'll go ahead and I'll put the epoxy on. I don't know if you guys want me to come back and show you when I do the epoxy. It probably won't be for about an hour because I want to make sure the Mod Podge dries really good. Because if you don't let the Mod Podge dry, the whole design will go foggy and it'll get water under there and be mushy. What do you guys think of the color? Just put this back in. Thank you. They're actually really close. The light makes it look darker down here, but it's really not. It's pretty much the same color, just a bigger version of it. It's very sparkly. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'll probably come back in about an hour when I go to epoxy this. So if you want to join me in an hour, we'll be back. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. I don't know how to end it.